Hello racing people, a little while ago we shared our first impressions of the MOZA CS Pro Wheel, but now that it's officially available for everyone to purchase, it's time for a proper review. After spending more time with it, we can finally talk about what's new, what actually makes a difference on track, and whether this wheel is worth adding to your sim racing setup. First, I'd like to thank MOZA for sending us this unit so we could test it and show it to you. Right out of the box, it's immediately clear that this is a significant upgrade over the already high-quality CS V2P. The design feels more refined, the materials feel premium, and overall it gives the impression of a wheel that has carefully improved rather than completely redesigned. One of the first things that will catch most people's attention is a new integrated dashboard. This small screen adds an extra layer of useful information while driving, allowing you to see important telemetry without taking your eyes off the track. And through MOZA Pit House, you can actually change the dashboard layout, using different presets, letting you choose the type of information you want displayed depending on the game or the type of racing you're doing. Another major improvement is the number of inputs integrated into the wheel. When you compare it directly with the previous CS wheel, it becomes very clear how many additional controls have been added. For drivers who like to fine-tune their setup during a race, these extra inputs make a bigger difference. You can quickly adjust things like brake bias, traction control, or other in-game settings without having to navigate menus. Speaking of controls, the CS Pro comes with 4 paddles on the back of the wheel. 2 of them are your standard magnetic shifters for manual gear changes, and the other 2 function as clutch paddles. Through MOZA Pit House, these clutch paddles can also be configured and adjusted depending on how you want to use them. For example, they can be set up for dual clutch launches or reassigned to other functions depending on the game or your driving style. MOZA has released 2 additional paddles that can be mounted on the back of the wheel, giving you even more inputs for adjustments. These are sold separately, but for drivers who want maximum control, they can add a lot of extra flexibility. In my opinion, the best additions on this wheel are the encoders placed right next to your thumbs. They are positioned exactly where you want them during a race, allowing quick adjustments without moving your hands away from the wheel. As with all MOZA wheels, the quick release system allows you to connect the CS Pro to any MOZA base in seconds, making it very easy to swap wheels depending on the type of racing you're doing. And for the first time, if I'm not mistaken, at least on one of MOZA's run wheels, they have added a plug that allows compatibility with the universal hub. We have seen this feature before on some of their Formula style wheels, but bringing it to a run wheel is a very welcome addition, since it opens the door to using it with bases outside of MOZA's ecosystem. Another reason why this wheel is interesting is that being a run wheel is extremely versatile. You could comfortably use it for many different types of racing: GT cars, rally, road cars, or even Formula racing, depending on your setup. The large number of inputs also helps it make it adaptable to different driving styles and games. Now, if I had to mention one small downside, and this is very personal, it would be the distance to the paddles behind the wheel. For me, I have relatively small hands, so reaching the paddles isn't difficult, but I do feel a slight stretch when using them. And if you install the additional paddles that MOZA sells separately, reaching everything can become a little trickier. That being said, this is probably more related to my hand size than the design itself. For people with average or larger hands, this likely won't be an issue at all. In fact, overall, I actually like the size of the wheel. It's mainly just the distance to the paddles that I notice. Overall, the CS Pro keeps everything that makes the CS series great, while improving the build quality, refining the design, and adding features that make it even more functional during actual racing. If you're looking for a versatile run wheel with a lot of inputs and solid build quality, the CS Pro is definitely one worth considering. And if you'd like to check one out for yourself, make sure to visit us at TracksVR. That's it for today's video. Thanks again to MOZA for sending us this unit, and thank you all for watching. See you next time.